Welcome to today's class. Today we will be discussing on first chapter of class 9, that is matter in our surroundings. Before moving on to this chapter, we need to know what is meant by matter. As you all know that matter is tiny particles, that is matter occupy definite space and it will have definite mass. This is a matter, that is it will have definite space as well as it will have definite mass. And in your textbook it is given matter is made up of particles. You know that matter is made up of particles. What is the particles here in chemistry? The particles are nothing but the particles are atoms. These particles are atoms or molecules. That is, you know that every system or every material will have atom present in, and atom is the smallest particle smallest particle, and the smallest atom is hydrogen atom is the smallest atom. And so this atom will occupy definite space as well as will have definite mass, and atoms combine to form molecules. And how small are these particles of matter? How small are these particles of matter? And can you imagine the size of this matter? The size of this matter will be so small, that is they are invisible by our naked eyes, that is, and this matter will be invisible by our naked eye. And a special apparatus or special instruments are there so that we can identify this matter, like electron microscope. Even by using this electron microscope, these atoms will be visible like this. That is, there will be no clear vision of this electron microscope of this atom by even electron microscopes. That is, these atoms are very small, that is such tiny particles which are invisible by our naked eyes. And next is, can matter change its state? Next is characteristics of these particles of matter. Particles of matter. Now let us see what are the different characteristics of these particles of matter. You have learned what is meant by matter and the particles of the matter. Particles are nothing but, in chemistry you know that atoms or molecules are the particles of the matter, and you may have learned it in your lower classes, that is atoms or particles are the that is atoms or molecules are the particles of the matter, and these matter are very tiny, that is they are invisible by our naked eye, and they can be made visible only through a special apparatus, for example electron microscope. And now let us look at the characteristics of these particles of matter. Particles of matter have space in between them. Particles of matter have space in between them. So You have studied the various states of matter like liquid, solid, as well as the gaseous form. There are other forms like plasma, which you will be studying in higher classes. And here, as you have seen that particles of matter, how do they have space in between them? Let us examine these four: solid, liquid, as well as the gaseous substances. And so these particles of matter, in case of solid, this is solid. In case of solid, they are, that is, the molecules or the atoms are tightly packed with each other. There is very less or there is negligible intermolecular space, and the space between them, these atoms, is known as intermolecular space. So they will have no intermolecular space. And they will have high force of attraction in between them. So these, in the case of solid, for example, books, pens are all solids, bricks are all solids. In the case of the solid, these atoms, you know that the atoms are very tightly packed with each other, and there will be no intermolecular space, or there will be negligible intermolecular space, and they will be since there is no intermolecular space, obviously they will be tightly packed with each other, and these atoms will be tightly packed with each other, so they will have high force of attraction in between them. Next is liquid. In case of liquid, what can you observe here? In case of liquid, there will be intermolecular space in between them, and that is, there will be intermolecular space in between them. Intermolecular space will be present, and there will be less force of attraction. Less force of attraction between the molecule. So in the case of a liquid, the atoms are arranged in this manner. Since atoms are arranged in this manner, there will be somewhat intermolecular spaces present in between them. That is, the atoms can move with each other or slide with each other, and also there will be less force of attraction in between the molecules. And next is gas. And in the case of gas, these atoms are very loosely arranged very loosely arranged, and there will be high intermolecular spaces in between them. High intermolecular space. High amount of intermolecular space in between them, and they are very loosely arranged. So definitely they will have very less force of attraction. And next is particles of matter attract, and you have seen that particles of matter attract, that is, particles of matter in the case of liquid, they will have high attraction with each other, and in the case of gases, less attraction with each other, and in the case of liquid, less attraction with each other, and gases very less attraction with each other. And so here there will be, in the case of liquid, there will be no movement, that is the movement, talking about the movement, there will be no movement, that is, they are tightly packed with each other, and there will be no movement in the case of a solid. But in the case of liquid, there will be somewhat movement, since they are loosely arranged, there will be somewhat movement, and gases, they are very loosely arranged, so there will be high movement, that is, movement is nothing but it is a kinetic energy, high kinetic energy in the case of gas. And next is different states of matter. This matter exists in different state. Solid, as we have learned just now, they exist in different state, that is solid state, liquid state and gaseous state. There are five states of matter, but here in this class we will be learning about only three states of matter: solid, liquid and the gaseous state. And in the case of solid, firstly we can take solid, and for solid example, solid we can give different example: box, pen, book, etc. It is all the solid. So and this solid will have definite density, that is they will have high density. You all know that density is equal to mass by volume. What does this say? Density is equal to mass by volume means particles will occupy definite mass per unit volume. That is, if this is the solid, they will occupy, for example, this is our book. This is our book, and this book will occupy definite, this will have definite mass and they will occupy definite volume. That is a mass density is equal to mass by volume. Since they occupy definite mass per unit volume and this mass will be higher, so if we take solid, the atoms are very tightly packed. This is the atoms which are very tightly packed, so per unit volume there will be large number of atoms, so density will be high in the case of solid. And in the case of solid, molecules are closely packed. Molecules are closely packed. This thing you can observe from this picture, that is molecules are here closely or compactly packed, that is they are tightly packed and they are hard to compress. Very hard to compress. They cannot be compressed easily. So this is the solid, and they will have very high intermolecular they will have a very high attractive forces, and molecules are very closely packed, and this cannot be compressed. Compressed means like pressing like this, and they cannot be compressed, that is they are very hard to compress in the case of solid because of very high force of attraction. And next is interparticle force of attraction or intermolecular force of attraction is very less in the case of solid, and they will have definite shape and volume. These solids, all the solids will have definite shape and volume. That is they are rigid, or else we can say that they are rigid. And so this solid, for example for solid is box, pen, etc., and they will have high density and molecules are closely packed in the case of solid, and they are hard to compress, and they will have definite shape and volume. This is what is taking place in the case of solid. And now let us move on to liquid. Example for liquid: water, milk, honey, etc. are the example for liquid. And in the case of liquid, they take the shape of the container. that is they don't have definite shape. And if you put water in a container, in a container will have the shape of that container. For example, if you put water in a glass, it will have shape of that glass. Jar means it will have the shape, it will take up the shape of that jar. That is, it does not have definite shape, they take the shape of the container. This is because here in this case of liquid, the molecules are somewhat loosely packed. That is, there will be layers which can slide on over the other, and because of this sliding of the molecule, they take up the shape of the container, and there will be less force of attraction. And less dense than that of the solid. Solid will have high density, and for this liquid, for definite or mass per volume, that is, there will be less mass per unit volume as compared to that of solid. So density will be low. And molecules can move, since they are free to move, they can move within the container. These molecules can move within the container, and less force of attraction. This is the case of liquid. Example for liquid is water, milk, etc., and they take up the shape of the container, and there is less force of attraction, and density is low in the case of liquid. Next is the gaseous molecule. In the case of gaseous molecule, and we can give example for gaseous molecules: smoke, air, carbon dioxide, oxygen. These are the examples for gaseous molecule. That is, gaseous molecule are present everywhere. That is, they can flow easily. This gaseous molecule can flow very easily. So obviously there will be less intermolecular force of attraction between the molecule, less force of attraction, and they don't have definite shape, no shape. That is, they don't have the definite shape, they take up the shape of the container in which they are filled, and they are very free. That is, they can move very freely. Suppose this is, that is, they fill the container as well as they will flow outside the container. That is, they are very easy to move, and there is less intermolecular force between the molecule, and less force of or no force of attraction. And these gas molecules can be compressed easily. And these are the properties of the gaseous molecule. Example for gaseous molecule is smoke, air, etc., and they will have less force of attraction between them, and there will be no shape and no force of attraction, and they can be compressed easily. So we can say that for density is equal to mass by volume, and so per unit mass there will be less atoms per unit or unit volume, so they will have less density. Next is the interconversion of matter. So this from solid state we can convert into liquid state, and from liquid state it can be converted into gaseous state, that and vice versa is possible. So this is known as the interconversion of this matter. Now let us look at this interconversion. Solid on heating, that is at high temperature on heating, and when this solid is heated at high temperature or it melted by the process of melting. solid by the process of melting and by increasing, that is the temperature plays a very important role, or temperature as well as the pressure, temperature and pressure plays very important role or vital role in the interconversion of matter, and by increasing the temperature this solid can be converted by the process of melting can be converted into liquid. And when this solid is converted into liquid, the force of attraction reduces. You know that in the case of solid there will be high force of attraction when it is converted into liquid. The force of attraction, that is, this is the solid. So on heating or melting, that is increasing the temperature, the force of attraction increases and they will be loosely arranged. So it turns into liquid. This solid turns into liquid by the process of melting. And next, the liquid on heating, again the force of attraction reduces. What will be the case here? Here they will turn into gaseous molecule. This liquid, that is, this is solid, this is liquid, and again this liquid will turn into gaseous molecule on heating. And this process is known as evaporation. So a solid on heating, that is by increasing the temperature, by the process of melting it will turn into liquid, and liquid by increasing the temperature, that is by heating it gets evaporated into gases, and the process is known as evaporation. That is, here there will be change in the intermolecular force of attraction as well as the space between them reduces from here to here, and vice versa is possible. That is, and this gas molecule on decreasing the temperature, that is cool down, they will turn, that is decrease in the temperature, or on cooling down there will be the vice versa, that is there will be decrease in the intermolecular force of attraction, there will be increase in the intermolecular force of attraction, and the gap between the molecule gets increased, that is the gas turns into liquid, and this process is known as condensation. That is, the conversion of gas to liquid is known as condensation. And here the temperature is decreased. And next is liquid on cooling down, that is when again the temperature is decreased, they freezes into solid. So gas on cooling down, by the process of condensation they becomes liquid, and liquid on cooling down, that is when this for example when the liquid or water is kept in the refrigerator, it will cool down and ice will be formed. So on cooling down this liquid, solid will be formed, and the process is known as freezing. So this is the interconversion of matter. Listen here. solid, when it is that is the solid particle will have high intermolecular force of attraction, and there will be less distance or the less gap between the molecule and solid on heating by the process of melting, that is by increasing temperature by the process of melting. So for example, if ice is taken from the refrigerator and it is kept outside, or it is heated, that is it is melted, and it will turn into liquid. It will turn into liquid, and this process is known as melting. And next is liquid. When it is heated, or by increasing the temperature, there will be formation of vapors, and this process is known as evaporation, and this liquid will change to gas. Liquid will be changed to gas, and again vice versa is possible. That is gas can be converted into liquid by the process of condensation, and this liquid can be converted into solid by the process of freezing. This is your class 9th topic, matter in our surroundings. So I have covered almost all the topics.